Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. Oh my goodness. So we have lots to talk about today. We're going to be talking about makeup and just beauty trends in general, cosmetic industry trends. It is that time of year. We are deep in October. October is almost over. We're about to jump into November, and that's when we really start getting hit with, we're going everywhere and there's holiday music everywhere, and we're all getting ready to potentially, hang out with family members or friends that we haven't seen in a long time. And we talk about the new year and, we're getting all vamped up for that part of the year that we get to every year, right? So this is when companies start strategizing, is what it comes down to, is what are the trends going to be? How are we going to get customers to part with their money? How are we going to pivot ourselves in a direction where customers will choose us off the shelves and not somebody else? So that's really what trends are all about, is figuring out what customers will actually purchase and being a part of that as a brand. And it's all a big game when it comes down to it. I mean, definitely, we can't live our lives without purchasing things. We need to purchase things. It's fun to participate in trends. So, I mean, it's a mutually toxic relationship between consumers and brands because we need products, we want products, but also their whole job is to get us to take our wallet, open it, and part with the cash in their direction. So there is a level of manipulation and strategy and all that goes along with business that is hard for me personally to ignore. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through two different articles, which I forgot to link in the video description, but I will do it as soon as this video is over. There's an article from Business Insider that is behind a paywall that I cannot show you because it's against the terms of service of my paying for that subscription. And then there's also one in Harper's Bazaar that is public that I'm going to be showing you images from and talking about trends. And just fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating. So we're going to be talking about that. But before we do, I want to make sure that if you're watching this on the replay, you know that this is so much more. This live chat is so much more than just me telling you what I think, because we have a lovely group of people here who are here live, who are going to participate in the conversation and add to that conversation. They are the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. You're part of the collective brain of makeup awesomeness if you're watching this on the replay as well, but you're just going to participate in the comment section down below, and you're just not part of the live action, which is okay. If you would like to participate in the live action, we usually do this at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I know that's not convenient for everybody. It's just the way that I got to do it based on my personal schedule. But if you can join us, that's great. We would love to have you. Just a heads up though, next week there will not be a live chat because I will not be in town. No What's Up Makeup next week either, because I am going to be in Florida with my kid for homecoming with their girlfriend. And this should be very interesting. I also mentioned in What's Been Makeup today that I do have plans to see my girl Teresa is dead, who is very much alive. We have plans to hang out. I don't think we're going to film anything. That's not the point. The point is just to hang out. So we may take some pictures and stuff, and that would be cool. But I'm very excited about that. Very excited. So with that being said, just so you know, it's going to be quiet next week, but that doesn't mean I'm not coming back. I'm coming back. And I also have something that I'm doing tomorrow that could be the video on Friday if all goes well, but I'm not going to jinx it. But hopefully everything goes well. Let's just put a good word out into the universe that whatever happens tomorrow goes really well. I think it's going to. But I don't want to say anything because if it falls apart, then I look like an idiot. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will let you know if there's going to be a Friday video or not, depending on how tomorrow goes. We'll see. Anyway, okay, let me say hello to the people that are here live. Hello, Roya. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Hello, Teresa. Teresa says hello and welcome to live chat. I hope you're all doing well on this Sunday in October. Thank you, Teresa, for being here, for being one of our lovely moderators, and to Flory and Steph and Audra. Thank you all so much for being here. And Teresa and Flory, I am following up on the promise that I told you like a month ago. I'm doing that today after chat, just so you know. It's happening. It's taking me a while, per usual. So I just want to let you know publicly, making a public statement. I'm taking care of what I told you I was going to do after chat. Just so you know. Okay, so yes, I am doing well. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope the rest of the moderators are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. And Flory, I don't know if Flory's going to be here because Flory happened to go to see Taylor Swift yesterday, and I am so jealous, so jealous. So Flory might not be here today. So Teresa's handling it. Steph, Audra, they've got this. Monica says it's like years before, and I'd be here. It's like years before, and I'd be first here. It's early, man. I hope you all are having a great Sunday too. Hi, Monica. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Christine. Good morning. Hello. Oh, there. I already said hi to Roya. Roya says, "What do you guys have on your list for the Sephora savings event?" We did have 2 previous live chats about the Sephora savings event. If you'd like to watch those, they are listed under my live chats. We did 2 videos about that. If you need some recommendations. Julie, good morning to you. I want the shiny, shiny new MBM palette. Makeup by Mario palette. Oh, kind of want that too, but I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. Pink Expression, hello. She says, happy Sunday, everyone. It's been a beautiful weekend down here in the South. Hope everyone's been enjoying spooky season. Yes. Love the spooky season. Oh my goodness. I saw today, just randomly scrolling on Instagram. This is the joy of the Instagram algorithm. I saw a lady who was making custom cookies, and she made Kathy Bates' character from Misery into a cookie. And it was so cool. The little things that amuse me. I don't even know if I could find her again. I'm not following her. I think I have lipstick on my nose. I'm not following her, so I don't know if I could find her again. But that's the kind of stuff I love in this season, is all of the wacky Halloween stuff. I love it. I've been jabbing for 7 minutes, so I'm just gonna say, if I did not say hello to you. Thank you so much for being here, because we need to get into this because I've been talking too much. All right. So yeah. So just real quick before we get into this, Susan says this is based on What's Up in Makeup today. On the same topic of ABH and Morphe being in trouble, why are they allowed to rack up millions of dollars in debt if we as normal people don't have the money to pay for something? We don't get it. It's investments. So the investment, there's companies that their whole purpose is to invest money into other companies, make money, and then invest in more companies. And that's just what they do. So when you've got a company like ABH who was crushing it in 2018, they were ripe for investment. I mean, and then the company is supposed to take that investment and then make more money with it. That's the theory. But the problem is that they just didn't do that. They didn't do that. And that happens sometimes with brands. So it's like taking out a loan. It's like taking out a credit card. You know, it's think about it on our scale, on like regular people scale. It's like getting a high limit credit card. That's basically what these investments are. But they don't have to pay. I don't know how the interest stuff works. I don't know enough to know how that works compared to credit cards, but that's basically it. So we do, a lot of people will buy things that they don't have the money to pay for. But it's just not on as big of a scale. And I think that's what happened. And it's a huge risk when you owe hundreds of millions of dollars. But when you've got such a big, when your sales are so big, it's not illogical to take out that kind of loan. But it's a big, that's why they say CEOs make so much money, is because they're taking the most risk. Whenever you've heard that, that's what that means. That's where that comes from. So yeah. That's the risk they took, taking that loan. It's kind of sad, sort of. So anyway, okay, so let's talk about trends. So we're going to talk first about the article that I read in Business Insider that I can't show you because it's behind a paywall, and I don't want to be a jerk like that. So it was all about okay, let me just read you a quote from it. It says, a September study published by McKinsey reported worldwide sales reached $446 billion last year, a number that's predicted to grow by 6% each year through 2028. And I believe that was for the cosmetics industry. I mean, $446 billion. It's a lot of money floating around. And really, these companies are just trying to get that from us. So Business Insider spoke with three different beauty founders. We have Baba Riviera, Candace Mitchell, and Colleen Rothschild. So Baba is the founder and CEO of Ceremonia. It's a hair care brand rooted in her Latin heritage. Candace is the co-founder and CEO of a beauty tech company called Myavana, and Colleen Rothschild Beauty in 2014. Okay. So one thing that I love about this article is it is so unapologetically obvious why they're saying these are trends. Each person has an agenda for why they're saying this is a trend because it will make their business do very, very well. And I just thought that was really cute and funny. But I think they made it pretty obvious. So I don't feel like they were trying to trick anybody by it. They make it pretty obvious. So the first one is expect to see a less is more approach to skincare. This one's, I think, not a pointed agenda. This one I think is logical because we went for with skincare trends. We went into this like K beauty 10-step regimen. We had the ordinary blow up with all of the different ingredients and us figuring out what works for our skin, what doesn't work for our skin. So they're saying the trend is going to be maximum ingredients but minimal effort. And I can see that. And I think that minimal effort is the key word here is, we have a lot going on in our lives. We have a lot that we're trying to do, trying to learn, trying to accomplish, trying to keep a handle of, trying to control. There's so many things that we're dealing with that there's a subset of people who really enjoy a very long extended skincare routine. Wonderful. Absolutely love that for you. But some people just don't have time. They just want a skincare product that does what it says it's supposed to do. And they want to do it in as few steps as possible. I forget. I think it was James Welsh one time did a video about hyaluronic acid and was talking about how he was using, I'm pretty sure it was James Welsh, using too many hyaluronic acid products and it irritated his skin. It like messed him up. It's been a while. I don't exactly remember, to be honest. But my point is that using too many products can really mess up your skin because you don't know how all of these, like, especially if there are a bunch of new products in your routine that you haven't been using for more than 2 weeks, you don't know what's causing the reaction. And it could be if you don't let well, even if you do let it seep into your skin, even if you do give it some time to dry down, even if you do give some waiting time between products, the products could still be interacting with each other in a way that your skin just does not like. So these 10-step routines can cause a lot of problems for people. So if we're minimizing it, if we're cutting it down to those active ingredients, those products that really do something, we're also saving ourselves money. Hopefully, maybe not. It just kind of depends on what all the cost of each thing is. But that I feel like I can see maximum ingredients but minimal effort. Let me see what you all are saying. Yeah, Pretty When You're Drunk says, I feel like less is more has been trending. I think it's starting to, but I do think, yeah, I mean, I think that we went from, like we were talking about ABH, that was when the more is more was really popular. And, now we're going with more of the, lighter makeup looks and things like that, and less is more. And it has been trending, but I feel like it's still going that direction. Because everything goes up and down, up and down, and up and down. We are going to go back into more is more eventually. We will eventually. But I think we're still on that less is more, like even more less for 2025, even more less, if that makes sense. So, yes. Okay, so I don't know this product, FemDandy. So stuff like U Beauty Resurfacing Serum, that sounds like an AHA chemical exfoliator, maybe? One thing about chemical exfoliators that I've learned from professionals, and definitely I'm not a professional in this area. I just want to make sure I'm a mom in my basement, but I just study this stuff a lot. So one thing about AHA chemical exfoliators to be really careful of is that you don't use them too much. And there's logic behind that. So one of the logic points is that your skin only produces so much skin cells that need to be sloughed off. So if you're using an exfoliator, you only need to exfoliate so much before you start exfoliating things that don't need to be exfoliated because your skin's it's all attached. It doesn't need to be exfoliated. So it's really important to only use a chemical exfoliator, like especially a stronger AHA, once to twice a week, just depending on your skin's needs. If you have really dry skin, definitely talk to your dermatologist about what's best for a routine for you. I actually just went to my very first dermatologist appointment. Highly recommend. It was fabulous. I got a full body check for moles because I'm a moley person. I got moles everywhere, all the moles. You actually can't even really see a lot of my moles. I have moles everywhere. So she did a full body check. I'm good. Checked everywhere. Was not expecting that. Was not fully prepared for the everywhere, but checked everywhere. I'm good to go. But one thing that she was talking about, which I thought was really interesting, is that, and this has to do with chemical exfoliators, and that's what I'm talking about. So I had a product that was sent to me in PR, and it was a glycolic acid body scrub, and I had KP, however you say, Kato's Polaris, something or another. So I had all over my arms, just little bumps all over my arms. No itching or anything weird. It didn't look dry, like it just little bumps. So I was like, well, the product said specifically it was for KP. It's good for, exfoliating that kind of issue. And it wasn't getting any better. I was like, well, maybe I'm just not using it right. Maybe I'm just not leaving it on long enough. Maybe I don't use it enough times a week or whatever, because I was only using it once a week. So I asked my dermatologist about it, and she's like, you just need a moisturizer. She's like, just use a moisturizer, like get some Eucerin, you'll be fine. So I used my Osea moisturizer that I got in PR a while back, and what 3 days, and my KP is pretty much gone. Like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? Like, it's still there, but it's significantly better. Tell me, girl, all I needed was a moisturizer for real. I didn't need chemical exfoliator. I didn't need any fancy. I didn't need a scrub. I just need a freaking moisturizer. So it goes back to that less is more thing. And resurfacing serums, just be careful with that stuff, because sometimes it can be really harsh, and we know over the counter stuff can really, it's not regulated. So we just have to be careful. We're using something that's for our skin type, that's for the purpose that we need it for. And more expensive doesn't mean it's better. Genuinely. Yes, AKA Betty says, LOL, I was just talking about getting a full body check yesterday. Sadly, you hit an age and you need to do it. I feel like anybody, could go to a dermatologist and get that checked, because skin cancers can happen at any age. But as a kid, my parents would put me out. We'd go to the beach every summer. I was out, all the time in the sun, and I didn't wear sunscreen ever. And after a while, once I got my base tan, we would put on baby oil to intensify the effect. We would take cold showers because we thought that would intensify the color of our skin. My grandmother would make fun of me because my skin was so pale. It's just not make fun of me, but she gave me crap about it. Like, I need to get in the sun. You look like you're dead. Like that kind of stuff. I love my grandma. I don't mean to speak ill of the past, but she did give me a hard time about my pale skin, and it was just a different time. She had no problem tanning. So she gave me a bunch of crap about it. So because of that, I would use tanning beds when I was late teens, early 20s. I mean, I made some choices, and that stuff carries with you until you get older. I mean, even for the last 20 years, I've been doing pretty good, but for the 26 years before that, I wasn't. So yeah, it is important to go get those full body checks. Absolutely. And it was super easy. It was super fast. The whole appointment was like 20 minutes. But I love that she just told me to use moisturizer. That was my favorite part. And it's working. It's legit working. That Osea body moisturizer stuff is legit, dude. I will put it in the video description. It was sent to me in PR. I did do an Osea sponsorship a while back, just so you know my affiliation with them. But that stuff works, dude. Do you need it? I don't know. But it works. And it smells good. And it feels good. And I love it. So anyway, we're talking about the less is more approach to skincare, and I think that's gonna be good, and I think that it's gonna be if we're doing this in terms of The Ordinary, because you guys know I've been working on that deep dive on Brandon Truex and The Ordinary. I think we're gonna go more from The Ordinary products, from those individual, ingredients to more of a NIOD kind of thing, where those individual ingredients are put together in a high potency, and I think that's why Naturium's doing so well, is because that's what they've done, and they've kept it at a lower price point. I do have a surprise for you guys that are not channel members. If you're a channel member, you already know this, but I did do a deep dive on Susan Yar's podcast that she did with talking about the scandal that she got into with how she launched Naturium. And that video is going live in about 45 minutes. So right after a live chat, it'll be there for you to watch. And one of the reasons why I think Naturium has done so well is because they have combined those ingredients in such a wonderful way. And it's very attractive to people to have it all in one thing. Because I feel like that's one of the downfalls of The Ordinary from the beginning, was that it was those individual ingredients, but how do I use these? How do I put them together in a way that's functional? And when it's multi-step, it's confusing and some people just don't want all that. So I feel like that kind of trend is going out, and more of the NIOD, not Naturium kind of route is going to be a lot more popular when it comes to skincare. Yeah, Gabriella, I'm a stalker. Yeah, it's wild. I actually go off at the end of it because yeah, I won't ruin it for you, but I went off. I was really upset. I mean, is it the end of the world? Am I thinking about it today? No. But I was real mad in the moment. Thanks for watching, Gabrielle. Again, it'll be live in about 45 minutes. Okay, so the way this article continues is it goes into where was I at? Okay. More personalized beauty options is what they're talking about. So Candace, who is the founder of that Ceremonia hair care brand, Candace is the founder of that beauty tech company called Myavana. She says, I think that we're going to see a big shift from a one size fits all approach to a more personalized experience driven through technology, because that is her business. That is what her business does, is they do those personalized beauty experiences, kind of like Curology and stuff like that. That could go either way for me. I don't know if those personalized beauty experiences are going to be a trend or not. If you can just go to a shelf and buy it and it works and it's cheap, I don't know if it's going to take off. It just depends on whether those products that people are already getting are working for them. If people find that they're not working, I think that they might turn to a personalized beauty experience. If they've tried this and they've tried that and they've tried this and they've tried that and nothing is working, they may get frustrated enough to go get a personalized beauty routine, whether it's for your hair, your skin, whatever it may be. A foundation. Bold Hue is supposedly about to finally, that's the personalized, foundation machine that I purchased, like, in June or something. It's about to ship finally. Things like that. I think the only way people are gonna access those is if they can't do it on their own, if they realize and they get so frustrated they can't do it on their own, because the problem with those situations is they get really expensive really quick. And if you already have something that works for you, you don't need it. So it's really just gonna depend. It's really just gonna depend. I don't think that it's novel enough that, like, it's like the fun factor is fun enough to bring people in, which I think is an overestimation of that industry, that people will think that it's fun to get a personalized thing, like, kinda like taking a Cosmo quiz. But I don't know if that's enough to drive it. I mean, personalized stuff like this has been around forever. Function of Beauty, hair care, the Curology, stuff like that, and it hasn't really taken off to a large scale. I mean, of course, those companies are, I don't know how they're doing, but they're still in business, so somebody must be getting them. But I don't know if the audience is big enough for that to be a trend. So that's kind of how I feel about Candace and the opinion about the personalized beauty options. All right, next one is directly related to Baba Riviera, who owns the hair care brand rooted in her Latin heritage. Okay, so just a heads up, I do want to address this real quick. Dolphins Girls watch my Naturium video, and I just want to give you a heads up. She says, I love their products and I appreciate their affordable price points and availability at Target. So basically, like the issues that I had with Naturium and what I shared didn't make her not want to purchase. I want to stress that that is 100% fine. I am not trying to cancel Naturium. I'm not trying to cancel Susan. I'm not trying to cancel anybody. That's my goal isn't to influence you to stop doing something. My goal of that video is to give you information so you can decide what you want to do. And if it's not a deal breaker for you, oh my gosh, please keep buying from Naturium. Please keep buying from Naturium if it's not a deal breaker for you, because it's not going to be a deal breaker for everybody. And it's totally okay. It's totally okay. Just because something makes me mad doesn't mean it should make you mad. Like, you need to decide for yourself, and you do what makes you happy. I just wanna make sure I stress that is totally fine. I want like, I will go with you to the store, and you can buy it right in front of me, and I'll be like, "Cool." And I will have no issue with that. So anyway, all right, let's go back. I just wanna stress that in case you watch that video and you're like, because I am a little intense. I'm just letting you know, it is a little bit intense. But that was the way I was feeling, so that was the way it came out and on person, and, sometimes people can get intense about things. So and I don't like people that lie. I don't like it. It makes me upset. Daisy says, "I'm a hater of the over-personalized products. They read scam to me." And maybe that's part of it too. Maybe that's part of it too. All right, let's get into this culture forward beauty. Here's the quote. It's so interesting to see it's so interesting how in the beauty space, for some reason, this is what Baba, the owner of this Latin focused hair care company. She says it's so interesting how in the beauty space, for some reason, the only culture we've been exposed to has been French culture. Which, I think she was being hyperbolic. I think she knows that we haven't just been exposed to French culture, but I mean, for the most part, a lot of the products are from France or Italy. There isn't as much, especially with Latin culture. I feel like it's harder for um, countries where people are predominantly brown to market their products to people who are not brown. And I think that people are who are not brown are less likely to buy them, where it's not the same on the flip side, and it's harder to market it. And she's very strong about that. Her hair products, even though they're rooted in Latin culture, they're for everybody. And I get what she's trying to say, and I do hope that she's right, that there are more brands outside of the typical that come to the forefront that are focusing on different cultures around the world. I'm thinking immediately, I thought of Juvia's Place. And the first time I saw Juvia's Place products, I was like, I thought to myself, being a kid of the 90s and being told, if you wear FUBU, then you are like, absolutely not. That's not for you. You're not allowed to wear it. And I was like, okay, I got this. Not allowed to wear FUBU. I got this. So when I saw Juvia's Place, I thought I had like a FUBU, um, like a memory come back. Okay, this is not for me. I'm not supposed to use this, right? For Juvia's Place products, which was wrong. Because anybody can use Juvia's Place products. And when I met Chi Chi and I was talking to her about it, she seemed really excited for me to use the products. And I'm like, all right, cool. I met Chi Chi once and she was very lovely. I know she's gotten into a bunch of drama and done a bunch of things that are a little questionable, but she was lovely when I met her in person anyway. So Juvia's Place has proved that anybody can use a product, even if you are not part of the culture that is the forefront of the brand. If it's not made for your hair type or for your skin type or whatever, like I get that. But, for the most part, whatever culture is forward facing, there may be a place for people outside of that culture to use those products, and that's okay. And I think there's been a little bit that I think that's maybe part of the reason why it's been difficult to grow those industries. But I'm looking forward to the change in that. So she says, let's see. Da, da, da. This is the next quote I wanted to read to you. In 2023, the Pew Research Center reported that Latinos made up about 19% of the U.S. population. The U.S. Census Bureau projects that Latino population will reach 26.9% in fewer than 40 years, which is, yeah, absolutely. There's so many Latino people from Latin American countries, from Mexico, from, all over that, Spanish speaking populations that are not from Spain. So yeah, I mean, marketing, it's important to have that representation. and it should be good. So it should I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. There's so many different comments. And I'm having trouble keeping my focus. But yeah, it should be something that there should be more Latin, owners in cosmetics. So I agree with that. Then she talks about Korean and Japanese beauty, which of course has been in the forefront for a while now. And oh, okay. And then I put a personal note. I said, I think people are just becoming more worldly in general. I mean, the travel industry is just booming right now. And not just travel to the typical places, but travel to places that aren't as typical, that aren't those hotspots. Of course, those hotspots are blowing up. There's so many tourists there that sometimes the places are saying tourists need to stop coming because they're ruining our place. I remember Hawaii, that was a huge deal. I'm not sure if it still is. But my point is people are becoming more aware of countries outside of their own and outside of the ones that are the typical countries that we pay attention to, which I think is really good. So more of that, more diversity. Yay. Makes me happy. More brand owners from different places around the world highlighting their culture, educating about their culture. I love that. Love that so much. I hope that that's a trend. Genuinely. I hope that that's a trend. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, where are we at? Yeah. Marvelous Mel says, "Man, I forgot about FUBU. I was working in retail at the time." Yeah, so my high school was about 40% Black, and it was a big deal with the Black kids at my school. Like, that was like it was like a big, huge deal, and it was the brand to have. But it was very clear that absolutely not, unless you wanna get your ass beat. Absolutely not. Um, no. Nope. Nope. Okay. So anyway, all right. So I was just looking to see if there's anything else I wanted to click on from here that's like adding into that part of the conversation. I would love to go on a Target run with all of y'all, man. That'd be so fun. Like, just go to like, 'cause I love Target. Target's one of my favorite places in the whole world. Hashtag not sponsored by Target. I swear, I've never been sponsored by Target. I freaking love Target, man. I do. I go to Target all the time. Not because I need to buy any well, I now I have my Target regular things that they don't have in my grocery store. So, I do go to Target all the time because they have, like, they have the Sargento m cheese sticks, the string cheese. That's better like, the string cheese in my grocery store is terrible, but Target has the Sargento ones. That's so good. So much better than the trash they sell at my grocery store. So, I do go to Target a lot. I love that place, man. Yes, FUBU means for us by us. Yes, exactly, which is why it was not for me. Because it was not for me. It was not f it was for us by us, not for me. So, yeah, that was just I mean, everywhere's different, but that was just it was an absolutely not for me. Alright, here we go. Next one. Beauty is becoming more experiential with messaging that promotes oh, yeah, with messaging that promotes embracing one's authentic self and supporting inner beauty. Which I think is cool. And I do think that because we're going more natural makeup, we're going, glowy skin, we're going, this is my face with a little bit of enhancements here and there. I do think that we're going more toward enhancing our like trying to bring like celebrate inner beauty and, realizing that we don't have to have a ton of makeup on to feel beautiful. Some people wanna do that, and that's totally fine, absolutely. If that makes you feel beautiful, you should 100% cake your face, like, put it all on, get all that color, those lashes, the lips, the foundation, put it all on if that makes you feel beautiful, like, do it. But I think that there's a I think it's the attitude of you don't have to. You can if you want to, if you like it, you can, but you don't have to. And this was from let me see. Candace had said this as far as Candace says she thinks that beauty is moving to becoming more experiential with messaging promoting embracing one's authentic self, which I love. I do love that, and I hope that continues. I hope that we can really focus on our inner beauty and how much that makes a difference as far as the way people perceive us. Because people only see from us what we show them, right? Like we can be the best person, but if our actions don't match that, then people are going to judge us by that. In our daily lives, with our family, with our friends, in our workplaces, on the internet, the way we interact with people are going to judge us based on what we show them. So really letting that inner beauty out and being a kind person, being a good person. I'm hoping that there's more celebration of that and recognizing how important that is. Because I do feel like there's a huge subset of people that are more about being funny than being nice, or being kind, I should say. Being funny and getting attention for being funny, or shocking behavior. There's such a large group of people that are being celebrated for being shocking and witty rather than being kind. And I'm hoping we can go back to being kind. We'll see. I'm managing my expectations here. Oh my goodness, we're over 30 minutes in. I need to tell you what's on my face. But before that, CRD Loves Tea just became a member of the Collective Brain Elite. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Okay, let's talk about what's on my face today real quick. So on my eyes today, this was sent in PR. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics Gargoyle Palette. Oh, let me take your comment off. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Gargoyle palette. So I used, it's beautiful. I used the natural shades, of course. These little guys up here, the natural ones. And then I used Mystic Stone all over my lid, and then a little bit of Awaken. So the mattes, they swatch. What? I don't know. I swatched the whole thing. Let me swatch all of them. The sweatshirt is tight on my arm. We're going to swatch all the shades I used today. Let's do, okay, I think I used, yeah, I did. Okay, so we're going to do the natural mattes. This cream shade does have some good pigmentation to it. I feel like sometimes cream shades just, they fall flat. They don't really do much. They just kind of blend in almost like a setting powder kind of situation instead of having actual pigment. This one has actual pigment. I'm going to double swatch Perched because it did get a little stuck, and I want you to be able to see the color. There you go. And I'm going to double swatch Gothic Grace, which is the lighter one too, because I want you to really see it. And now I'm going to swatch Mystic Stone and Awaken, which were the shimmer shades that I used today. Oh my gosh, y'all. Are you serious right now? Oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Bloop. Bloop. So freaking pretty. So this is how I created my look today, was these 4 shades. Or 5 shades. Yeah. So that's what's on my eyes today. Freaking love it. Oh, and also on my lower lash line, I use the shade Darkest Hour, which is this like deep, like blue jean blue. So there's that too. Let me see if I can get a little closer. That's as far as I can reach. But yes, so that's my look today. And these indie brands are freaking crushing it, man. And we're going to talk about that in a second when we go into the Harper's Bazaar article, because we're going to talk about like actual like on your face trends, which I got lots of opinions. Okay, so that was what's on my eyes today. I've been loving the ColourPop Stranger Things blush, the color changing blush thing. Just so you know, it does not stay black. Once you touch it, it turns pink because of the heat of your fingers. But if you just use a brush, maybe it'll stay good. But I didn't use a brush, and now it's pink. So that's the way it is. But I love this blush. I think it's super pretty on my skin tone. I also use this bronzer. This was also sent. This is all of this I'm talking about today is sent PR. So this is the Chef's Kiss bronzer by Milani and Spilling Tea. Love this bronzer. Makes me really happy. And then my go-to lip lately, every time I don't know what to put on my lips, I reach for this. This is the Sigma lip cream in the shade, I can't freaking see. Dapper, maybe? Is that what that says? Maybe Dapper? I think. I hope. Can't freaking see, and it's so important. I hate my eyeballs. I just got new contact lenses too, and I thought I'd be able to see it, and I can't. I think it says Dapper. If it's not Dapper, I'll put it in the description box later after we're done with this. Freaking love this color. That is all that's on my lips. It is pigmented. It is comfy. It stays on. It's caking up a little bit on my lip line, though, for some reason. That might have been an application issue. I'm not going to blame it for it. I'm going to blame myself for that one. But freaking love these Sigma lip creams. If you're looking for like a one and done lip that's comfortable, yes, Sigma lip creams, 100%. All right. So I have lots left to share with you. So much left. Okay. I could, as far as taking a picture with my phone and zooming it in. Okay. All right. Just because, Daisy, just because you said I should do it, I'm going to do it real quick. All right. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do it upside down now. Watch. Bloop. There's the picture. Okay. And now I'm going to zoom it. And I'm going to, it is Dapper. Dapper. I was right. Okay. All right. We're good. Problem solved. Mystery revealed. We're good. Okay. So Harper's Bazaar article, and I actually have pictures of these for you to show you. So the first one is called Modern Retro Eyes Invoking the 60s, which I thought was really neat. Here's a picture. Like, that's cool. I like that. I don't know if this is going to take off, but I like it. Like that dusty one color, like where it's just like, whew, without a whole lot of definition. Like, it's not like complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the less complicated eye looks, I'm like, the less complicated eye looks, I feel like we're going that direction. And that's what this looks like to me. Watch this be like 9 different eyeshadows applied expertly. But it looks like she's maybe got 2 eyeshadows on, and I love that. I think it looks good. And bring on the 60s. I loved 60s makeup. 60s makeup was beautiful. All right, the next one we've been kind of talking about, we won't spend a lot of time on. It says fresh faces. I think what they're saying is like that dewy, glowy skin is still going to be in. That's been in for a minute, but I think that it's still going to be. I mean, the Patrick Ta eyeshadows, we'll talk about those when we get to the next one. The madness that has been going on online about these dang Patrick Ta eyeshadows, it's out of control. But I think that leans into this whole dewy, fresh face kind of look, definitely in. And I think that's going to continue to be in. That's just my opinion. Now, this one right here, this is the Patrick Ta eyeshadow situation, right? It's called Pops of Shimmer is what they call it. And yes, give me all of that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I think that we're going, okay, so I want to show you something. Hold on. Right here. This one. Where's the other one? Here we go. As much as I am not a fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills, this right here was 2024 in a compact. This is the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's that baked Gigli formula, right? This thing is probably 10 years old, something like that. This is where we're going now. They also had come out. This one's a little bit glitterier. I think this one's still around. The iced out highlighter. It's not quite the same vibe because it's a little chunkier than the Amrezy. They need to re-release this. If it's not called Amrezy, they need to re-release it as something else because this thing was freaking magical. Let me swatch it for you. Hold on a minute. I'll show you. Well, okay. This is like the highlighters of today. Look at this. Yeah, it's just like the Patrick Ta eyeshadow. Look at that. It's got that wet look shine, and everybody lost their dang minds over it. And if they had doubled down on this, can you imagine how much faster we would have gotten to this? Look at that. It's freaking beautiful. Are you serious right now? Why don't I use this? But it reminds me a lot of the Hindash highlighter. Where did I put that? Is that in here? Did I put it in here? Did it make it to the drawer? No. Where's the Hindash highlighter? Where are you? I don't know what the heck I did with it. But the Hindash highlighter, same kind of thing. It's that wet look, but we're getting it on our cheeks. We're getting it on our eyes. It's not as pigmented. That look of not being as pigmented, right? That's where we're going with it. That's what I think is happening. I think is going to be the biggest trend of 2025 is going to be that wet look, that just a little bit of shine to just set it off and glow, that glow. All right. I saw some things happening over in the chat. So this one right here. So we've got Brittany Jackson. I'm late to chat, but I made it with coffee. Yay. Cheers. Cheers to coffee. Cheers to coffee with me. All right. I'm drinking pumpkin spice this morning. It's very good. Then we have Pretty When You're Drunk. Member for 14 months. Has been 14 months already. I know, right? Thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. And then we have Alexis gifting a membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's so kind of you. And then AA's you're 14 months too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. So yeah, Genevieve says, I don't know what's happening with the Patrick Ta highlighter, the foundation, and now the eye duo. It's 3 strikes in a row. See, I think that people are loving it though. I think that it just depends on what side of the camp you're on. I don't know. There are a lot of them that are sold out. I think it's just the buzz. There's so much buzz, and people are wondering. And when you've got people wondering, they will open their wallets and they will buy it just to stop the wonder. It is 2024 in a compact. That's what this is. This Amrezy highlighter. I wonder when this came out. When did the Amrezy highlighter come out? This thing is old. It's really old. But why don't they bring this back? What's wrong with them? Yeah, so we're gonna talk, Robin. We're gonna talk about Patrick Ta's eyeshadow duo in product report tomorrow. I have a whole story about the eyeshadow duos because they are more expensive than the blush. But I do think that that is where we're going as far as trends. 100%. And when I put on my eyeshadow today from Unearthly, I tapped it on a little bit lighter. I didn't make it super pigmented because I was trying to go with that trend, because you can take like a super like these indie shadows, like the ones I swatched earlier. You can take them and you can put them on lighter and just basically get the same thing. So all right, next trend. Next trend. This one, they've been trying to make this happen forever. And I don't know if it's going to happen this time. Right here. We're going rainbow lashes, different brightly colored lashes. I want this to be a trend. I want this to be a trend. I think the only way this is going to actually be a trend is if it ends up the false lashes route, because the colored mascaras do not look like that. That is a pair of false lashes. There's no way those are her real lashes, right? They're not claiming that they are her real lashes. But I think that looked gorgeous on her. Amazing. I would love to have like bright purple lashes or something, and I would love for that to be a trend. But it doesn't work in mascara for me. And mascara doesn't it just doesn't work. It doesn't look right. I guess because I have little wimpy lashes, but a pair of colored fake lashes like that, yes, I would love that. I don't think it's going to be a trend though. Genuinely, I don't think it's going to be a trend, but I can hope because I think it's cool. I do think it's very cool, but they've been trying to make colored lashes a thing forever. Because it's opens up a whole new range of selling mascara if they can get people to try colored lashes. But I just hope that, I need some Ardells. Give me some Ardell. Give me some layering. Because what if we had regular, normal color lashes, right? And then we put like a pop of color, like underneath, like over top of it or whatever, like, and layered it. That'd be so beautiful. Like right on the edges. Actually, I think that article had a picture like that. Hold on a second. Maybe that's where I'm thinking of, because I think I just looked at an article. I really skimmed this article way too stinking fast. Yes, right here. Okay, this. I'm screen capturing it right now. Bloop. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to name it something weird. And now I'm going to go over to my stream and I'm going to insert it, add overlay. I'm going to find the weird thing I named, open. It's loading. La, 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 la. Here it is. I mean, how freaking gorgeous is that with the blue on the outer corner? Are you kidding me? I want that. I want that on my face. I love that. I want all of that. All of it. Okay. So next one, because we're running out of time, we have the bitten lip. Bitten lip has been a thing I think that's been on the trend list for like 5 years, at least. I love it though. I think it's cute. That came out of K Beauty, if I'm understanding correctly. That came out of K Beauty, but I think it looks beautiful. I love it. Okay. And then we have this one I don't know about. I think on the right person, it's going to look good. Like my 16-year-old Phoenix could rock this, but not for me. It's called Party Girl Grunge. The right person, I think, will look really good. The wrong person, like me, is going to look super dated. It's going to make me look 10 years older. It's gonna make me look terrible. Like, I think this would look terrible on me. But on the right person, on her, it looks gorgeous. I mean, you could put a freaking paper sack on her head and she'd still look good. But I don't know about that smoky, lower, grungy, lower lash line for me personally. But I can see the kids doing that. I can see like the under 30s doing it. But I'm not a fan of that one. I don't like that one. I kind of hate that one. Not a fan. But it's gonna look right. It's gonna look good on the right person. Let me go back over to chat because chat's blowing up and I've missed it. Okay. Yeah, Kim says, I had blue mascara in the 80s, but it was better in theory. Color never really showed up. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like brands have been doing colored mascara forever and it never seems to take off. NYX, oh my gosh, NYX has had colored mascara forever. It never takes off. That's why I'm saying we got to get it in the falsies. Yes. Bring on the colored false lashes. Because the only way you can get colored false lashes for the most part is like Halloween time. And those things are crap, man. They're like those hard plastic bands and they pop off and ugh. Terrible. I know Mon's not the bitten lip. I know. Every dang year, the freaking bitten lip. Every year. That is not new. That's been on every trend list forever. Aww. Aww. Kevin, why did you put quotes around friend Teresa? Like she's not my real friend. Kevin says, hey, Jen, really happy for you getting to visit your friend, Teresa, from Teresa's Dead YouTube channel. I adore her. Jen, please tell me she's also a hero of yours. Safe travels. Okay, so Teresa and I have been connected since, I don't know, the 2017, 2018, maybe. Whenever she started her channel. She just started her channel maybe 6 months before I met her. And we haven't really like hung out though. We talk on an app called Marco Polo, which is like it's like texting, but in video form is what it comes down to. So we talk every once in a while. She's busy, so we don't talk all the time, but I would call Teresa my real friend because if I needed something, I could go to Teresa. She's not my closest friend. Like she's not like who I'd run to in an emergency, but if I had a question or if I needed something, I could go directly to Teresa and she knows she could come to me. So I would call her not a quote unquote friend. I would call her a real friend. And we're going to hang out. And I'm excited. Yay. I don't know if you meant it like that, Kevin, but that's, I'm probably reading too much into it. Okay. Oh, Allison, you're not dumb. Allison says, I don't mean to be dumb, but how do you become a member? There should be a join button under the video if you want to. There's really no perks. Like it's random perks here and there. It's $1.99 a month. It's really just a way to support the channel. I don't really do a whole lot for it though. I'm just letting you know, you don't get a whole lot for your money. I put up the video that is going live today. I put that up last night for members. Occasionally we'll do a live stream. You get little special emojis. You get, a little thing next to your name that shows that you're a member. So, I mean, it's really mostly like a tip sort of, but, yeah, Kevin, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm a little confused. Allison says, I have a lot of friends. I do too. I have a lot of people that I really like a lot. But would I say they're my friend? Like really and truly? Probably not. Like, I don't know. Because I feel like acquaintances they're still friends in a way. I don't know. Because it's like, it feels like almost being downgraded to an acquaintance. But I do have a lot of acquaintances. I've always had a lot of acquaintances and very few friends. But yeah. I don't know. So anyway, that's the end of the article. That's the end of things that I want to talk about today as far as trends go. I really do think that we are, as far as trends, just to wrap this up, I think we are definitely still going that more natural makeup route. I think we're going simplistic. I don't think we're going to overcomplicate things. I think that we're going for What can I do as quickly and as cheaply as possible to look amazing and feel amazing? I think that's where we're going because I think we're done with the nonsense. I think we're done with the nonsense. We're in the I don't have time for that era. And I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Yeah, I don't know if there's a join button down. Oh, where is it? Uh, Jen and Company says I don't have a join button either, but it's fine with me. Yeah, I don't know. It should be under all my videos if you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why. That's weird. I don't know. But I appreciate you. If you choose to become a member, I really appreciate it because it adds up. It really does help. Helps me out a lot. As you know, this is my full-time gig. So anytime that you support is great. I don't expect anybody to, but if you do, that's awesome. Another way you can support, I have a sponsor on today's What's Been Makeup Lumi. And any support, if you were looking at buying Lumi or if you buy it from the grocery store and you're already buying it, like makes me look really cool with the brand to get future sponsorships if if people buy the product. But I never want you to buy something just to support me. I've said that a million times. Never ever. But if you are going to buy something, be cool. Kind of put me in there. Put me in, coach. So but yeah. So A says, what's your preferred beauty trend? I personally, I really like I would love for my lip mixing thing to catch on. I would love to have like a way to mix lipsticks that was easier to do rather than grabbing like from an eyeshadow palette. I love that. No, it's never going to be a trend though. No one's ever going to like I know it's a weird thing that I do where I put lip gloss on and I put eyeshadow in it, but I would love to have more of like an artistic approach to lips, where we're doing a little more of the ombre lips. We're doing, a little more of like the lip liner where we're creating a lot of dimension with our lips. Like, I love that. I don't think that that's going to happen though, because it's too high maintenance. But I do like the glossy lips. I know there's right now lips are huge. Like for 2023, I feel like it was all blush. And I feel like for 2024, it was all lips. It was all about the lip oils, the lip glosses, just a little bit of tint or a lot of tint, but shiny, shiny lips, hydrated lips, plump lips, lip plumpers, like all the lips, so much lips in 2024, which I don't hate. I don't hate that at all. Um, but they're more like simple. It's not complicated lips. Like there was a while, remember we were putting glitter on our lips? That was kind of gross. I remember I went to an Ipsy event and Smashbox put like glitter on my lips and I was like eating sand the rest of the day. I have a picture of it somewhere with me with glitter lips. I mean, looked really cute. I loved it, but I was eating sand every day, and I don't want to bring that back necessarily. Um, but yeah, I do like if I to answer your question, I feel like the juicy, plump lips, like the shiny lips, I love as a trend, and that's really trendy right now. That's the way I would answer that question. Yes, I love this. Bok, 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 ah. Trends be damned. Do what makes you feel beautiful. Yes. 10 out of 10 recommend that. Absolutely. Fem Dandy says the thing about resisting trends too strongly is you end up just looking dated and wearing what was trending when you developed the taste in the first place. I mean, that's a good point. Um, but I think we just kind of have to go with the flow with our own preferences and things. Um, and we have to decide how much we care what other people think, about us looking dated. We need to decide whether we care or whether we just like what we do on our own. I'm kind of a mix of both. Sometimes I just want to keep doing the thing because I'm stubborn and I like it. And sometimes I want to go with the trends, especially when it's something like a real glossy lip that I really love. I think it's with whether the trends resonate with us or not. I think that's a lot of whether we adopt them or not. And I also think sometimes we get in our routine of just doing the same thing over and over again. And a lot of people just don't pay attention to the trends. So yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on whether you care about that stuff or not. And some people care, some people don't, and both are very, very valid perspectives. But yeah, I do agree with you that can end up looking dated if you're wearing a trend that's like an older trend. It can look dated, absolutely. But the question is do you care or not? And both answers to that perfectly acceptable. All right, we are almost out of time, unfortunately. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna scroll all the way down. Yes, thank you, Teresa. Teresa says, "Don't forget to like and share. It really helps Jen out." It really does. Thank you. Fem Dandy says, "Oh, I still live in 2016, to be clear." Fair, as you should. Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Judy says, "In my opinion, 2025 all about natural lashes. Bring on the natural lashes." Yes. Like the Ardell 120s forever. Forever. Jen and Ardell 120s for the rest of my life. That's what I wear most of the time because they just give that little extra, that little bit extra. Perfect. Love them so much. All right. Unfortunately, it is time for me to go. Thank you all so, so much for being here. I appreciate you. Just a quick reminder, no live chat, no What's Been Makeup next week because I'll be in Florida. And then after that, everything should be normal until the end of January, besides the holidays. We'll look at where the holidays line up as far as Thanksgiving for the US and Christmas and New Year's and all that. We'll look at all of that as it gets a little bit closer. I am hosting Thanksgiving that weekend, that Saturday. No, Sunday. That's Sunday after live chat. I don't know if we'll be doing live chat the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I don't think that's going to happen because I'm hosting that day. I'm hosting everybody. I'm hosting my family. I'm hosting my husband's family. Everybody is coming here for lunch. So no, I'm not. There will be no live chat on the Thursday after Thanksgiving. So just so you know, Thursday after Thanksgiving. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry. Thursday after Thanksgiving, there's no live chat. But other than that, I think that's the only thing I need to give you a heads up on. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Mad love to you. And at this point, the Susan Yara video is live. So go watch it because I think it's pretty good. But just be prepared for a little bit of Jen intensity because I don't like people lying and I don't like it makes me upset. Certain things make me upset. And some things made me upset. So just be prepared for that energy. All right, mad love. I'll see you soon. Bye.